There comes a time in every chosen one's life when the familiar begins to feel foreign, when the path you've walked for so long begins to narrow, and the air around you changes. It's not just life moving forward, it's a spiritual shift, a divine recalibration, a sacred moment of realignment that cannot be ignored. And that time is now. The discomfort you've been feeling lately, the sudden emotional waves, the strange tiredness, the quiet urgency pulling at your spirit, it's not burnout. It's not coincidence. It's the divine preparing you for something deeper, something higher, something only you can carry. The world around you may still look the same, but internally, your soul has already crossed into new territory. Before we begin, pause for a moment and comment your warmest wishes and 111 or 999 below, like this video, and share it with someone who might need to hear this divine message. You never know who is waiting on your light to spark something inside them. Now hear this. The shift is not coming, the shift is here. It's subtle, yes. Invisible, maybe. But oh, it is powerful. And it's not happening around you, it's happening within you. The dreams you used to entertain no longer excite you. The relationships you once chased no longer feel fulfilling. The environments that used to comfort you now feel limiting. This is not you changing your mind. This is your frequency rising, your vibration adjusting, your soul preparing for the next dimension of your life. But here's the truth most people miss. The shift doesn't bless those who observe, it blesses those who move. You cannot stand still and expect new doors to open. You cannot stay stuck in the old version of yourself and hope to see the blessings designed for the evolved version of you. God is waiting for your participation, not your perfection, not your proof, just your willingness to shift. It may not feel easy. Growth rarely does. The most transformative seasons are also the most disorienting. But don't mistake disorientation for being lost. You're not lost. You're being led. The roads are unfamiliar because you're being taken somewhere you've never been before. That's not fear. That's unfamiliar greatness. And that uneasiness in your chest, that's destiny knocking. Chosen one, the shift doesn't always come in loud victories. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet pulling, a repeated message, a restless spirit, a door closing that you thought would stay open forever, a blessing that doesn't look like a blessing yet. That's how the divine speaks when it's trying to get your attention. And right now, it's calling you to surrender, not to people, not to outcomes, but to God's timing, to His unseen plan, to the deeper wisdom that knows what your mind cannot yet comprehend. You may not understand everything today, but you are being asked to trust, not in blind faith, but in sacred truth. The truth that you didn't come this far to stay stuck, that this isn't the end, it's the edge of something brand new. And what's required of you now is simple: willingness. Willingness to shift your mindset. Willingness to release what's no longer aligned. Willingness to walk away from old patterns, outdated identities, and expired versions of yourself. The shift is not about hustle or force. It's about surrender and trust. It's about stepping into who you were always meant to be. This isn't for everyone. Many will resist the shift. They will cling to comfort, defend their distractions, and postpone their purpose. But not you. You didn't come this far to stay the same. You didn't go through all that pain, isolation, and purification for nothing. You were stripped down so you could rise up lighter, wiser, and ready. This message found you because you're already in the shift. All that's left now is to say yes. What most people don't realize is that when the shift arrives, it doesn't come with fireworks or announcements. It shows up disguised as discomfort, detachment, delays, or even divine disappointment. And unless you're tuned in spiritually, you'll miss it. You'll mistake the crumbling for chaos when it's actually construction. You'll misread the silence as stagnation when it's really sacred space being cleared for your next season. That's why your sensitivity is a gift, not a weakness. You feel more because you're designed to sense more. The ache in your spirit is not a problem to fix, it's a signal. It means you're alive in places where others are numb. It means you're being called deeper while others settle for surface. And yes, it means your shift will demand more from you, but it will also bless you more than you've ever imagined. This is a sacred invitation, chosen one. You can't force the shift, but you can flow with it. You can't manipulate divine timing, but you can move in alignment with it. And alignment starts with release. So ask yourself today, what are you still holding on to that doesn't fit the version of you that God is calling forward? Is it the fear of being misunderstood? The need to prove yourself? The temptation to settle because it's easier than stretching? Let it go. Let go of the people who don't see you. Let go of the patterns that keep you small. Let go of the roles you were assigned that never matched your identity. You are not responsible for remaining who you were in a season that has already expired. God is not asking you to be perfect, but He is asking you to be authentic. You've been feeling the tension for a reason. Your soul has outgrown your surroundings. Your dreams are too big for the boxes others have tried to keep you in. And now, every part of your being is yearning to expand. But expansion requires rupture, a breaking away from the old so that the new can finally breathe. This is the shift. It's spiritual before it becomes physical, internal before it shows up externally. You might not have all the answers yet, you might still be in the unknown, but even that is a blessing in disguise, because in the unknown, you're closest to the divine. It's the place where miracles begin, the place where identity is remembered, the place where clarity is born, not from logic, but from trust. And you, chosen one, have been handpicked to lead this transition. You were never meant to blend in, and that's why your process never looked like theirs. You were never meant to play small, and that's why the discomfort keeps increasing. God is trying to get your attention not to punish you, but to position you, to whisper to your soul, I have more for you, but you must release what's no longer yours. So today, stop clinging to what's trying to leave. Stop arguing with your calling. Stop praying for doors that were divinely shut. And instead, lean in. Lean into the mystery. Lean into the silence. Lean into the discomfort. Because that's where the shift lives. That's where the alignment is happening. That's where the real version of you is being forged. This is not the time to retreat. This is the time to rise. When you feel like everything is changing, it's not because you're losing yourself. It's because you're finally meeting yourself. You're returning home, not to the version of you they wanted, but the version that God has been shaping in secret. The one who doesn't beg for validation. The one who doesn't shrink to be accepted. The one who walks in purpose, power, and peace. The shift is not a punishment. It's a promotion in disguise. A realignment that places you exactly where you were always meant to be. And it's already begun. Before we continue, comment your warmest wishes and 111 or 999 below. Like this video and share it with someone who might be on the edge of their shift. Someone who's waiting for a sign that their time has come, because it has. Now listen closely, chosen one. You can't just pray for the shift. You have to prepare for it. This is a sacred season where heaven is watching not just your faith, but your follow-through. It's not enough to say you want change while still clinging to comfort. It's not enough to declare your new identity while still dancing with your old patterns. This shift is for the bold, not the hesitant. For the willing, not the perfect. You're not here because you got everything right. You're here because you didn't give up, even when it hurt, even when it made no sense, even when your prayers were met with silence. God took note of every tear, every choice to keep walking, every quiet moment when you refused to let the darkness define you. And now, He's moving. Silently, but surely. Things are going to begin realigning in ways you never expected. The connections you need will start forming. The resources will find you. The clarity will appear out of nowhere. But only if you're willing to shift internally, to think differently, to choose differently, to show up in your full power, not just the version that feels safe. There's a divine reason you're uncomfortable in old environments right now. A reason why you no longer resonate with the same circles, the same conversations, the same goals you used to chase. It's not because you're broken. It's because you've evolved. Your spirit has outgrown your shell, and now you must expand into who you truly are. So what does that look like? It means speaking up when you used to stay silent. It means showing your light without apologizing. It means walking away from anything that dims your flame, no matter how familiar it feels. It means honoring your energy as sacred, your time as divine, and your presence as a gift. This is where many turn back, right at the edge of breakthrough, because the shift is uncomfortable. It strips away everything you thought you needed. It demands surrender. It pulls you away from safety and drops you into faith. But for those willing to trust, there's glory on the other side. God didn't bring you this far to abandon you. He didn't let you survive the worst just to leave you stranded in the middle. No, this is the moment He's been preparing you for. And He's not just whispering anymore. He's declaring, this is your season. But you can't walk into a new season carrying the mindset of the old one. Let that fear fall. Let that doubt dissolve. Let that scarcity mindset go. It's time to believe in abundance, not because it's trending, but because it's your birthright. You're not here to suffer endlessly. You're not here to strive and chase and hustle for crumbs. You're here to receive, to embody, to live fully aligned with divine purpose. So when the opportunities come, and they will, don't shrink. When the doors open, and they will, don't hesitate. When the right people arrive, and they will, don't sabotage it with old insecurities. The shift is already in motion, but it won't force you forward, it invites you. And only those willing to say yes, even with trembling hands, will walk into what's next. This is not about pretending to be ready. It's about being willing to go anyway, to trust even when you don't see the whole path, to show up even when you feel unsure. Because the moment you take that first aligned step, heaven meets you with confirmation, provision, and peace. You've waited long enough. You've healed deeply. You've shed layer after layer of who you're not. And now, the real you is ready to rise. Don't delay your destiny by clinging to what's already fallen away. Your shift doesn't need permission. It only needs your yes. Chosen one, let this be the moment you finally stop second-guessing the pull in your soul. What you're sensing isn't just a desire for change. It's a divine signal. The shift isn't coming. It's already here. But it's only accessible to those willing to move with it. You're no longer being asked to push. You're being asked to flow. No longer required to chase. You're being invited to align. The blessings that were once distant are now orbiting you, just waiting for you to accept the identity they're tied to. It's not about doing more. It's about becoming more. More authentic. More honest. More surrendered. The shift won't meet you where you pretend. It meets you where you're real. You may have spent years building walls, chasing approval, surviving chaos. But this next level, it doesn't need who you had to be to survive. It needs who you were born to be. The healed you, the unafraid you, the version of you that trusts God's timing more than your fears. This is your confirmation that you're not late. You're not lost. You're right on divine schedule. You didn't miss anything. You're not behind. You are simply awakening to the truth that what felt like delay was actually preparation. So now, rise. This isn't the time to shrink. It's the time to show up. Not halfway. Not with fear in your voice. but with the full force of who you truly are. God doesn't need perfection, He needs obedience. And if you felt the tug, the fire, the quiet voice saying, "There's more," then this is your moment. You are not waiting on the shift. You are the shift. Before you go, comment your warmest wishes below, and drop 111 or 999 to claim this message. Like this video and share it with someone who's feeling that same inner pull. They need this reminder, and you might be the one chosen to deliver it.